another 5 this week. Your money playing hide and seek. I don't even like to speak. I just tell him high and by. Slide off automatic, high and die. High and die, high and die. Doing styles on them like it's common sense. Hopped out the Benz like it's common sense. Put a monkey on my feet like it's common sense. Got gorillas in the streets like it's common sense.
Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and you're tuned in to Madden 18 on EA Sports. We've got a good one on tap today, and there's going to be 2 quarterbacks ready to get it done on the gridiron. Tannehill's Dolphins going up against Carr's Raiders.
It's a day, Larry, that fans in these parts will need to savor as we come to you from the East Bay and Oakland, California. The pregame festivities here in Oakland have to be seen to be believed. This crowd in silver and black, they are fired up as their Raiders get set to face off with the Miami Dolphins. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. They'll begin the drive with a J. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
They run again with a J. Jay's gonna go past the 20 and all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Jay, 66 yards. And the Dolphins are gonna take a first-quarter lead. You talk about explosion plays. There's one pretty much right out of the gate.
And now they get to ride a wave of emotion, momentum, everything, just as you described, right out of the gate. Big sprint, touchdown. They're excited. But on the other side, they've got to guard against a major letdown because they hit them right in the gut with that one. And now you start to question yourself a little bit when you give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
Now Andrew Frank's on for the point after. Time running out here on the play clock. And that makes it 7-0 Dolphins. Here's Franks now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. A first carry now for Marshawn Lynch. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, that run right there was an offensive line coach's dream, wasn't it? Guys picked up all of their assignments, created a nice gap for the running back to get through, pick up 7 yards. Yeah, he's probably chortling on the headset right now saying, we got it going, boys. Let's keep it going.
3 yards to go here on 2nd down. They'll keep pounding here with Lynch. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. It leaves them with 3rd and just a yard.
If they're going to get a first down out of this, they're going to have to earn it because there's been tough going in the interior there. And here we are on 3rd and 1. Be prepared. Brace yourself. Going to be some contact going on.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Carr going to try and throw on 3rd down. Left side to Crabtree. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. Now the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. They do go for it. It's Carr. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Cameron Wake in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. And the Dolphins getting set to go here. They have to be thrilled with that first drive. They got him the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road. And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents. That is caught at the 7. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal. But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Now let's go.
They run with Ajayi. And this carry brought to an end at the 8. Good stick skills, just not much room there to operate. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
2nd and goal. Still a decent chunk of yardage here. They're on the 8. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Jay Ajayi with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Dolphins add on to their lead. And a pair of rushing touchdowns now for him in the 1st quarter. And I'm liking what I'm seeing from his big guys up front because they're winning the leverage game. How many times we talk about low man wins, right? Move the defensive front aside, create those gaps and holes. He's found his way through them for 2 touchdowns. And after both of those touchdowns, he went right up to that O-line and hit each of them on the helmet. He recognized. That's a smart man. You know what else he should do? If this continues, take them all to dinner. Here's Franks now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it? It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive. Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. So nothing there on the screen that time. That means all that great acting they tried on offense went for naught, didn't it? Because you have to try and influence them. Make them think that you're doing something else. Make them think that they can get to the passer by letting them by and then setting up the screen and getting downfield. Didn't happen at all. Give a lot of credit to the defense for not tumbling to that one. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. Looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former Eagle, Nate Allen. Another miss. Still on his feet. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting to run. This is Ajayi. Room here to run. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. The Miami 1st down, that one going for a gain of 11. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, knock it loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
Second and 10 now. It's Cutler. That is caught at the 7. And he's brought down after a good gain. 23 yards on the play.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
Now Cutler. His pass caught at the 4. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Jay Ajayi on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Dolphins are able to grow their lead. Franks to add the PAT. And it is now 21-0. Here's Franks now to kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So out come the Raiders. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. A big play there. Carr to Cooper. 55 yards. Carr now on first down. And Cook has it left side. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
And this is caught. It's Cooper. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. A Raider first down as Carr finds Cooper. Again, it's Carr. Flush to his right. And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Carr gives to Lynch on the draw. And a nice pick up there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line.
I don't even have to stretch for this one. This is 4-down territory. They've got to get it in with the deficit that they're facing.
Absolutely. It's not the fourth quarter, but still, I think you can't be thinking 3 here.
No, if you do that, you might as well go ahead and fold up on this one. But I don't think they're built like that.
Carr now on 3rd and goal. And this is caught by Cooper for a Raider touchdown. Amari Cooper from 4 yards out. And the Raiders make some inroads here on that deficit. Sebastian Janikowski on for the PAT. It's up, it's good, and that'll cut the lead to 21-7. Out to kick is Janikowski. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
Shift together here from the D-line. Here's a handoff to Ajayi to begin the drive. Nice move at the 40. Ajayi's going to go. The 20, 10, and all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Ajayi on his way to a historic performance, 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Dolphins add on to their lead. Now Franks for the extra point. He knocks it through. It's 28-7. Here's Franks now to kick this one away. On the return, here's the dangerous Cordero Patterson. The Raiders offense now making their way back out onto the field. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
They'll start on the ground with Lynch. And now running right through it. And he's got some space here. And he's brought down after a good game. 1:59 to go in the first half. We'll come back to Oakland after this. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. Now Carr eluding the pressure right. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all. And I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
They set up the screen to Lynch. Give them 5 on the screenplay, and that'll set up a third down. Now they got to get to the line quickly. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. A Raiders first down. Carr hooking up with Cook. Throwing now is Carr. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Lawrence Timmons. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Dolphin first down.
Here we go.
Throwing now, Cutler on first down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think there he had to come off of his primary receiver in a big way, just trying to get it to a secondary guy, unable to get that play completed.
Checked down, but didn't even have enough time to do that. Incomplete. To throw, Cutler. And Stills over the middle. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
They'll throw on first down with Conley. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast and a big sack. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken about the 12. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But this you're going to do that?
I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, third down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Carr finding Patterson there for a Raider first. Here's Carr to throw. Over the middle, he gets it to Patterson. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Give him 12 yards that time and an Oakland first down. Throwing on first down is Carr. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. So second and medium, 2nd and 5 now. Again, they'll throw with Carr. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
All right, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Carr. It's caught by Crabtree. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up fourth down.
A short game that doesn't get them the first down brings up a fourth down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. A gutsy call by Jack Del Rio, but it does not pay off. And the Dolphins defense is able to hold. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But
Jay's gonna go 20, and all the way in for a Miami touchdown. jaycazzz, 65 yards. And the Dolphins are able to grow their lead. And that rushing touchdown, his fourth, puts him just one shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it. But he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
Here's Franks now to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense now making their way toward the huddle. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. Looking deep downfield. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Rashad Jones.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Hurry up, here we go. 319. 319.
Let's go, interception, baby. Let's go.
They'll start out on the ground with a J. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game, but what a nice play by the defense. Stepping up on that one, maybe they'll get things going in their direction after a play like that.
Hurry up, here we go.
They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. The Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop it. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
So, Brandon, when this offense gathers together to watch tape for this game, they're going to be feeling pretty good about themselves until the coaches get upset about the play we just saw. But you know their defense is going to be. But we put up big points all game long. The defense is going to win one every now and then.
It'll be a 5-yard pickup there. So from 2nd and 13, they're back to a more manageable 3rd and 8.
Here we go now.
Williams. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. They'll get 6 there on the run, but it brings up 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. They'll try and throw for him with Cutler. A hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down. And the Raiders with the football now in excellent field position. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Looking deep. And this is caught inside the 5. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Amari Cooper, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Raiders get a score closer. Janikowski on for the extra point. It's good, and it's now 35-14. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Dolphins are going to recover. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Ajayi. And he's able to get more than half of what they needed. That brings up a 3rd and 5.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. That one good for 13 at a Dolphin first down. Fresh set of downs here. Now a handoff looking right. Ajayi hit. He lost the football.
Wow. That ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. A pretty nice, strong run, but can't break away. Down just inside the 30. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long.
Here we go now.
Now Williams. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. So 4th and 15, but the offense is staying out there to go for it. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. And no move to get Cutler off the field. He stays out there, and they're going to go for it.
All right, here we go.
Out of the gun, it's Cutler. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down. And the Raider D, they get the football back. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. Flushed out right. He's going to let it fly. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. 2nd down following the incompletion. Defense really showing respect to the deep ball here, playing off the receivers. Play action. Now it's Carr. Dancing to his left. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Xavier Howard. That had disaster written all over. You've got a right-handed quarterback, a rolling left, and throwing it pretty far downfield.
It's really difficult to do, to try and get your body twisted around into the proper position and get anything on the ball as you heave it downfield. And that's what it actually turns into, a heave. And that's not really a good throw, is it?
Not good, and we saw the result. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Now they try the right side here. Brought down around the 16 or 17. Had a nice move, but couldn't free much space. Still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to third down. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll lose yardage here. Back to the 15. Now whistles, and the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. NFL teams last year, a little under 50% on 4th down conversions. This is a bit tougher. 4th and 4. They run for it with a giant. And he loses the football a second time. And the Raiders pick it up. So they take over not only in enemy territory, but in the red zone at the 16-yard line. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. On play action. Now Carr. He dropped it. Couldn't hang on in the end zone. So no 6 points, incomplete. It's been that kind of a day so far throwing the football. It just seems like nothing going right offensively.
Yeah, it's a catch that should have been made, pure and simple. And look, everything else that goes into running a good pass route, throw it all out if you don't catch the ball.
Been that kind of game throwing the football so far. Nothing going right offensively. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
Now a handoff looking right. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11. And again this time to the tailback. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they can use something here on 3rd down. Williams. Oh, the hurdle.